Today, we're lucky enough to be joined by one of the all-time greats of men's international hockey. Teun de Nooy played a world record 453 international matches, scoring 219 goals. A five-time Olympian, a two-time Olympic gold medalist, two-time Olympic silver medalist, a world champion, a three-time FIH Player of the Year, a European champion, and a true legend of Dutch international hockey. It's been a few years since you retired from playing kind of top-level hockey. Are you missing it? Would be my first question.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a long time ago. I spoke with somebody this week about it. It's already like 6 years ago, and yeah, playing competitive. And since then, I've played some matches, opening a club or a new clubhouse, or and then I usually join, or a farewell game or something like that. But yeah, it's a really long time ago, and I still follow the sport, of course. My kids play hockey. I watch a lot in the Netherlands and at my club in Bloemendaal. But yeah, playing really competitive. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it, of course, and I played it for a long time. And yeah, it's hard to get something instead of that feeling. It's just not the same. And I think that's why of course, I enjoy to play hockey, but yeah, it's just different.
Of course. Well, you put so much time and effort into your career. I mean, you played 453 international matches, a world record. I mean, that must be something you're pretty proud of.
Yeah, of course. It's an amount, but it went away. It went really fast. I mean, it was like 20 years, the career, but yeah, it feels like 1 year or something. It went because it's always a new situation. You have new coaches, new teammates. The opponents are different, and yeah, I was, I think, lucky with my body as well. Of course, I took care of it, but yeah, real big injuries weren't there, and yeah, I was lucky with that. I have to thank my parents.
And you got obviously a very successful career as well. You won everything with the Netherlands, including two Olympic gold medals. I mean, is it easy to kind of find a highlight amongst all of those games, or is there just too many to choose from?
No, that's really hard. That's really hard. If I look back, I mean, for example, the 5 times in a row national champion with Bloemendaal is for me a highlight. It's not just the one, but the 5 times in a row. Yeah, I really look back on that period with a lot of joy. Of course, also the first time in the Olympics, '96 in Atlanta. Yeah, every game with the Dutch team we improved. I was a left striker. Yeah, allowed to go forward, allowed to bring what I had to bring to the team. Yeah, and then yeah, your first Olympics, a gold medal, coming home. It was unbelievable. That's a highlight as well. Yeah, and I have to mention, of course, the World Cup in Utrecht in '98, where we in the end had the gold medal as well, in a crazy final against a really good Spanish team, which we faced also 2 years early in Atlanta. It was also the final, Spain against Holland, and yeah, in the end we were lucky, and we won, and we got a corner, and I put in the rebound. But the whole event in a big soccer stadium, every game sold out. I think it was like 15,000 people. Yeah, it was just one big party, 2 weeks. And of course, we were focused on the tournament and on the games. But yeah, for world hockey and yeah, the hockey family in the Netherlands, it was just a great event. Yeah.
many players describe you as the best player that they ever played against or with. It's an interesting question because I never know what your thoughts are on this. So, I mean, who would you describe as being the best player that you ever faced or played with in your career?
I played against, the top of the top, of course. A lot of good players. If I need to pick somebody out, which, always for me is hard because it just isn't fair. But of course, I played a couple of years, a pretty long time, also with Jamie Dwyer at Bloemendaal. Fantastic period, and also against him, of course. Yeah, and an unbelievable player. So I will pick him out together with Shabazz from Pakistan. Was of course in the beginning of my career. But also his playing style with a lot of speed and going forward, and the energy he had and the skills he had. Yeah, also an unbelievable player. Yeah, and still, if you watch it in YouTube and it's a pity that there is not a lot of footage from back then. But also unbelievable player.
That was part one of a two-part interview conducted with Teun de Nooijer. Part two will be available in the coming days.